everyone, welcome to the QuesterMage and welcome back to another No Man's Sky video for the Nintendo Switch. It is that time of year again, it's October, and that means Halloween is coming up, and in today's video I want to talk about some Halloween requests that I'd like added to No Man's Sky. So please sit back, relax, click like, subscribe, and hopefully enjoy. Here we go. The first thing I want to say in this video is a big thank you from me to all of you that watch the videos, that comment on the videos, that have subscribed to the channel, that like the videos, any interaction that you have with the content I create. I have finally passed the 400 subscriber mark for the channel and amazingly surpassed 50,000 views. Super happy. That is all again thanks to all of you. So from me to you again, a big thank you for all of your support. Like I said, it's October, it's that spooky time of the year again, so why not update No Man's Sky with a few more Halloween / horror themed scary stuff. Similarly to when they updated the game with Desolation, so hopefully we will get more things like that this year. So I'm going to go through a few requests that I have for Halloween, and please do the same down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your requests as well for No Man's Sky for Halloween / scary content. And my list is generally quite a few small updates and 2 big updates that I would like added. So without further ado, let's get into that list. So the first thing I have on the list is more scary / horror helmets. So as we know, we can customize a character in No Man's Sky, and one of the things you can customize is the helmet. We currently have quite a few variations for the head or helmet of our character depending on what species you're playing as in the game. And one of the ones that was added, I think during this time of the year, was this horrific flesh helmet. And if you didn't know that was in the game, you can get it right here at the scrap merchant on any space station. Just go up to them, talk to them, and then they'll give you a list of what they're selling, as you can see here on screen. Quite a few things that you can get here. You are going to need tainted metal, and to get tainted metal, you're going to have to go to a derelict freighter, which you can also do here at this scrap merchant. By speaking to them and acquiring coordinates, as you can see here, it will be 5 million units for the first time you do it, and then I think it doubles up subsequently after that. The video you're seeing now is from a derelict freighter, which I usually call dungeons, because I think this is the closest we've gotten to dungeons in this game. More on that a little bit later. But I think it would be a nice update, and not a too taxing one, hopefully, for Hello Games to do, to just add a few more helmets to the game that are more on the scary side of things. Don't forget, you can also get a few more of these at the Quicksilver Merchant, which you'll be seeing on screen again now. All the types of iterations, you can also get those, but again, not many in the scary sense, so hopefully we can get more of those from Hello Games. Next on this list would be creepy bobbleheads. Why not have more bobbleheads added to the game? Currently in the game we have a few of them available at the Quicksilver Merchant. These customize the look of your ship, and I think also add a few more hidden stats, which, while we're on the subject, can we have these stats available to see in the game so that we know what those are? But I think it would be a cool little thing to do for the community to add a few more of these bobbleheads, just with a spooky twist. So why not add all these scarier helmets we have in the game as bobbleheads? I think that would be a nice little thing to do. Silly, but nice one to do. And also it could add a few more statistical buffs to the game, because as I said earlier, the bobbleheads do have statistical improvements for your ships. So why not add more of these? So that will give us more customization for the statistical nature of our ship, and also it would make our ship look that much nicer during this time of year. Here's one for free, and an easy one. Why not a Halloween pumpkin bobblehead for the game? Next would be creepy backpack trails. Now, we have been getting a lot of backpack trails recently, which is great. I really like that idea. Why not get a few Halloween themed ones? For example, why not just have smoke coming out of the back of the backpack, and why not color this smoke in either green, red, orange, yellow, which would suit this time of year. Why not have a few spikes on the top of the backpack that you're using, and maybe some grills on the bottom, and that will make it look different to everyone else's. Just a thought, but I think that would be a welcome one. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Next would be creepy cloaks. Now, thank you Hello Games for adding all the cloaks to No Man's Sky on Nintendo Switch. Very thankful there. I love using them in the game, and I think they look pretty good. Now, during this time of year, why not add a few Halloween themed ones? Again, a pumpkin is the easy way to go, but why not have some lightning themed ones or haunted mansion themed ones? That would be a cool thing to see, but I do think cloaks would be an easy one, because we could have a few gothic gothic style cloaks that could be added to the game, which I think would also be welcomed by the community. Next would be creepy fauna / flora added to the game. Now, we already all know that there is hazardous flora in the game. I think there are 3 types, and I'll be showing them on screen as I'm talking about them, hopefully, if I can get all the footage for it. The first one is the one that looks like a fly trap, the second one is the one that fills up full of gas, and the third one is that whippy plant. Why not add more of this type of hazardous flora to the game? Maybe some that can actually cause a few jump scares. I think that would be very welcome at this time of the year, and also be welcome in the game in general, because we only see these types of hazardous flora at least on land. So why not have more of these added? Fauna wise, why not have more predator fauna, but scarier looking, grisly looking, because we don't really have that, at least in my opinion. Again, you start to see after a while of playing No Man's Sky, you start to figure out that the creatures kind of look similar. So why not take this opportunity to add a few more vicious looking characters to the game? I think that would be really, really cool. Next would be cave updates. I think this is an ideal time for No Man's Sky to rework their cave systems. Now, their cave systems do look much better than they did before, but generally, I only go into caves for 2 reasons. Number 1, to find the creatures that I am missing, and it's usually in a cave and very annoying. Number 2, resource gathering, to get any sort of resource that I can get in a cave. However, no other reason for caves, which is a bit of a shame. I think it would be a really cool idea to add a spooky layer to these caves. Smoke or fog would be my first go-to to add to these caves, maybe in different colors for different planets, but also add loot to these caves. These caves really need treasure chests, so why not have something to defend those treasure chests, and that could go hand in hand with what I was talking about earlier. So I forgot to mention earlier, in caves we also have those little things that attack us as we're walking around. So why not add those vicious looking creatures I was talking about, and maybe a few more hazardous flora to caves to defend those treasure chests. I really think that this game would benefit massively from having updated caves, and if they're spookier, the better. In my mind, it could definitely start off something as a Halloween update, but then just become part of the game, a lot like the Desolation update. And what could be hidden inside these caves? This could be the method to obtain the object that I'm going to talk about in the next point. Which takes me on to the creepy staff, or spooky staff, or Halloween staff, or scary staff. You get the idea. Brand new elements for staff creation added to the game. Now, one of the things that I think quite a few people say online, and I think with a lot of validity, is that the new staff is locked to end game. So people like me can have access to it, but other people cannot. They have to play through the main story to get to that point. Now, again, I do see value in what Hello Games is doing there, which is getting you to play the story of the game. They did work on it, so why not get the players to play through it? However, I do think that this would be a very good time to add more staff elements to the game that you could get before endgame. So the staff we get at endgame, not going to talk about that too much because of spoilers, but what that does could still stay locked to endgame. However, that doesn't stop us from having a staff beforehand, and it doesn't have to be a staff created with similar components. It can be another staff altogether. So why not take the Halloween time of the year and actually add maybe 10 new variations for each element of the staff that we could all collect in those caves with new creatures and new flora to give us more gameplay and a spookier vibe overall. Third from last is updating the underwater content. Now, underwater, we know we have the abyssal horrors and we have the other really creepy fish that hide in the deep sea, but it would be cool to add more things to underwater, especially, again, things to scare the player, because I think this game is really good in terms of making you comfortable as you're playing it, and that is important, but making the player uncomfortable to then return to that comfort zone, I think is more valuable. So why not add more of these creepy style creatures and creepy style flora to underwater as well? I know that goes hand in hand with what I was saying with caves, but why not? I think these things could work together. They could easily say, we've updated caves and underwater to be scarier, and the treasure is available in both. In caves, you get all the new stuff for the new staves, and underwater, you can get loads of items for your multi-tool, including the penultimate item on our list, which would be the flamethrower finally being added to the game. Now, this has been something that the community has asked for a long time, and it's something that I definitely want added into the game. So why why not? Hello Games, let's get that flamethrower added to No Man's Sky. It's the right time of year for it. But can we have a few color variations for it as well? Not just a fire looking one, why not a green looking one? An electric looking one? I think that will be something that the community would be very thankful to actually get. We are seeing, as I was saying earlier, quite a few new types of thrusters, so why not use the animations you've made for those and apply them to the flamethrower, which you could get in the brand new updated underwater or cave system. And lastly, no surprise to anyone that's been watching this channel for a while, dungeons. Dungeons. This is the thing that I think we want the most. Again, Desolation was the first step in this direction, so why not add either an update to what they've done to Desolation, which again seemed like the genesis of an idea, and now that Hello Games have had a long time to work on it, now could be the perfect time to update the game with what they've done before with derelict freighters, just on a larger scale. What do I mean by that? Maybe doubling the size of derelict freighters, maybe new enemies added to those freighters, or another thing that we've been asking for a very long time is have dungeons added to planets. This is something that I have been talking about for quite a while as well. Dungeons on planets just seems like the one feature that could add a massive amount of replayability to the game and discovery to the game, as long as it would have the rewards for the players at the end or throughout their journey within those dungeons. Now, a lot of things that I've been mentioning so far in this video can actually be put into these dungeons. So I mentioned more masks, these could be rewards, bobbleheads, backpack trails, cloaks, and elements for a staff could all be put into dungeons. And this would, I think, give players the push to want to explore these dungeons. And I think we can even put this into the updates of what I was saying about caves and underwater updates, because the entryways to these could either be via a cave or underwater, and these would give access to the rewards that I mentioned before and would give an overall spooky, creepy Halloween vibe to the game and add that much more content. And these dungeons could also be different from planet to planet, because it could take color schemes of the planet, or it can take the overall environment of the planet and apply that to the dungeon itself. If you're on a very, very hot planet, why not apply that to the dungeon as well? Double fold maybe, making it much more difficult for the player to go through level by level. But I really do think that new enemies would have to be added, at least new types of flora and fauna which could be roaming around inside that dungeon. And I'm going to stop the list right there, but that is my list of requests for the Halloween update for No Man's Sky. What are some of your requests? Please let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you like this list or not. Again, I know that all of these things, or maybe none of them, are going to be added to the game, but it's still nice, I think, to have some of these discussions. Not much is happening inside No Man's Sky at the minute, which is a bit of a shame, so why not have these sort of Halloween-style conversations? And I've been wanting to have this conversation for a while, to be fair, especially with more dungeons and more stuff added to the game, and why not add that all at this time of the year. And that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you very much again for watching. If you like what I do here, please click that like button down below. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you want to see more, please click that subscribe button, as that is the only way this channel can grow. Now, I hope you liked this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. And until then, thanks again.